What if the Earth never formed? What if the oceans had remained barren, lifeless, and silent for billions of years? Today, we travel back 3.5 billion years to a world of storms, volcanic islands, and mineral-rich oceans. Here, in the chaos of lightning strikes and hydrothermal vents, the first sparks of life emerged. Microscopic, fragile, and almost impossible to survive. Join us as we uncover how life, against all odds, began its extraordinary journey on our young planet. Welcome to another episode of American Fun Facts, where we uncover fascinating stories, hidden mysteries, and the surprising truths behind history and science. $3.5 billion years ago, Earth was a world unlike anything we know today. Vast oceans stretched endlessly beneath a sky veiled in thick, noxious clouds. Lightning storms illuminated the dark, churning waters, while hydrothermal vents along the ocean floors released mineral-rich fluids into the surrounding water. In this chaos, the chemical ingredients for life collided and combined in unimaginable ways. Tiny molecules, the building blocks of life, began to form chains and networks, setting the stage for the very first protocells. Imagine a world where life teetered on the edge of possibility. One stray chemical reaction could have sparked the first living system, or the entire ocean could have remained lifeless forever. These primordial seas were the crucible of creation, where the line between chemistry and biology blurred, giving rise to the earliest hints of life on Earth. From the primordial soup, the first single-celled organisms began to emerge. These microscopic beings were invisible to the naked eye, yet their existence marked a monumental shift in Earth's history. Floating in the mineral-rich oceans, these tiny life forms absorbed nutrients and replicated themselves, slowly increasing in number. They developed primitive metabolic processes, harnessing energy from chemicals and sunlight. Through countless generations, these single cells evolved resilience, adapting to the harsh conditions around them. Imagine if these earliest organisms had failed. Earth might have remained a lifeless, barren planet. Each protocell, each chemical reaction, was a gamble against the void, and yet the miracle of life persisted, quietly transforming the oceans into a living tapestry of biology. Over time, single-celled organisms began forming colonies, clustering together in protected niches along the ocean floor. Some developed the ability to harness sunlight, initiating one of the most transformative processes in Earth's history, photosynthesis. Tiny greenish microbes converted sunlight into energy, producing oxygen as a byproduct. Though the atmosphere remained largely toxic, these microbial pioneers were quietly reshaping the chemical makeup of the planet. This slow, almost invisible transformation would eventually make Earth hospitable to more complex life forms. Imagine a world where these microbes never discovered sunlight. The cascade of life that followed might never have happened. These first colonies, humble and fragile, were the architects of Earth's future, silently preparing the stage for the explosion of biodiversity that lay billions of years ahead. Despite the chaos of early Earth, violent storms, volcanic eruptions, asteroid impacts, life persisted. Each cell, each colony, was a tiny miracle, surviving against immense odds. Over billions of years, these humble beginnings formed the foundation for the incredible diversity of life that would one day emerge. The oceans, once barren and hostile, had become cradles of living activity, teeming with microbial pioneers, quietly shape-shifting their environment. Every chemical reaction, every replication, every adaptation was a step toward a future that no organism could yet comprehend. Imagine a world where these first sparks of life were snuffed out. Earth would have remained a barren rock in the cosmos, devoid of the vibrant biosphere we know today. Yet, the tiniest cells endured, multiplying, evolving, and interacting in increasingly complex ways. By 3 billion years ago, life had established a persistent presence on the planet, laying down the blueprint for the evolution of multicellular organisms, ecosystems, and ultimately, all life that walks, swims, and flies today. This fragile triumph, almost invisible in its time, was the beginning of Earth as a living, breathing planet. Against storms, volcanoes, and asteroid impacts, life endured. Tiny, invisible cells quietly transformed the oceans into the first living world, laying the foundation for everything we see today. But here's a question for you. What if the first spark of life had failed? Would Earth have remained lifeless rock, silent in the cosmos? Comment below. How do you imagine our planet would look if life had never taken hold? And don't forget to subscribe for the next episode, where we explore how these first tiny organisms evolved into complex life forms, forever changing the face of Earth. Thank you for watching, and see you soon in the next video.